Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to today's edition of Wealthsecrets Mindset Mentorship class. It's been a beautiful weekend. Matter of fact, yesterday was the Father's Day, so I want to say congratulations and happy Father's Day to all the wonderful, beautiful fathers all across the world. You guys, including myself, all right? We have really made the world to be a better place. To all the hardworking fathers, again, happy Father's Day and well done. Don't stop in what you're doing. Continue to be more of a father to people around you, affect people in your life, around you, in your family, in your society, and be of a good example always. All right. Okay, guys, wherever you're tuning in from all across the world, we want to say welcome. Now, I understand that it might be a different time, region, and zone from people connected all across the world, but it's 9:02 a.m. West African time right now, so you are welcome. All right, it's your regular host, Dr. Afolabi Olatunji. Again, we will be teaching on a very interesting topic this morning. And that topic is centered around, or what we title, how to become more valuable in the marketplace. You see, now you can become more valuable in the marketplace, but how to become more valuable in that business or in that profession. Anything that makes a marketplace is what is really define your financial life. All right, that is more importantly for us. All right, so how do you become more valuable in the marketplace? So very, very key. Now, taking you further on how to become more valuable in the marketplace, I've been able to identify some certain keys which will guide and help every single one of us. And I hope that as we go ahead in today's teaching class, these keys will really help you to make you become that unstoppable force. All right, key number one. Key number one is that I think I start by saying that, to be, or if you want to do well in that same marketplace, then you must have to study the market. To do well in the marketplace, you must have to study the market. What does it mean? Whatever thing, whatever business or profession you find yourself, you have to study it. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to study. You can't just say you want, in fact, everybody want good success, everybody want good life. According to Jim Rohn, he once said, life will give to you what you want, life will give to you what you need, life will only give to you what you deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, to study the market, you have to, or to dominate the market, you have to study the market. You have to constantly be a student, all right? And that's my advice for anyone listening. To be a student means that you must have to go through the rudiment. There is a book I need to read? Are there people I need to follow? Are there people that knows better than me in this certain area or in these certain businesses which I've just found myself? I need to go and meet them. I need to consult with them. Have they written any book? Are there books I need to study, to read? And that is the way life is designed. You see, success is not just something that just come overnight. Success, I don't believe, is by accident. It is a progressive realization of a worthy idea. Whoever you see that is doing well in a certain field or in a certain profession is as a result of how deep and well the person has studied that particular profession to become a dominant force in that particular profession or business. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you see people achieving greatness, when you see people scaling higher in life, it's because they have done their due diligence and they are putting all the required effort, energy into it. They studied well. No wonder the Holy Bible said, study to show thyself approved. All right? Study to show thyself approved. You must be able to study and then show thyself approved, because it is very important. He once said, sayest thou a man that is diligent in his work? Guess what he said? He said he will stand before kings and not ordinary men. So if the Holy Bible, in fact, I recommend, I am a student, of the Bible too. So it's something that there is a whole lot of knowledge, information that most people can actually access, when you study it, all right? So you have to study the market to become more valuable in that marketplace. The first thing I will tell you is that you have to study the market. You have to study what you're going into. Don't just say, oh man, this is what is trending, I have to just do it. Don't be ignorant, all right? Don't be an ignorant person. No wonder they said ignorance is not an excuse in the court of law. You have to really know what you are going into. You may not know everything, but study it. Ensure that you have the right skill, the right information before you go into it, the right knowledge, all right? The technical knowledge, or having to know everything, all right, that need you to make you to stand out in that particular marketplace. And that's why I always recommend that you need to be a student, all right? Don't be a follower, be a student. Followers are the people that just follow. Eventually they lead into failure. They fail woefully because what they do is to follow, all right? I'm not saying you can't follow somebody, but when you're following someone, it means that you are also studying, and you are emulating, and you are doing the same effort the person is putting in. That success principle or reality principle has been said. He said, if you want to be successful in this certain field, he said, do whatever these people that have succeeded in this field, he said, do it, and do it again and again, and repeat it until you get the same result as these people, all right? That is what reality principle state. So if you put that reality principle and understanding the fact that for me to excel in this marketplace, or for me to become an unstoppable force in the marketplace, what I need to do is then to study the market. So that is the beginning. And now we're going to be talking deep on the points you need to really imbibe. When I say point, I'm talking about the keys, all right? The keys. Now, key number one is to have a kind of what I call personal behavior. You see, your attitude, your personal behavior matters a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Personal behavior. You must be able to know that the way you do, you see, the way you affect other people. How are you affecting other people? Is it negative or positive? How do people perceive you? What are your reactions, the way you carry yourself, your personal behavior? What are people studying about you? What are people? I'm not saying you should listen to what people say about you, but you know within yourself that I am doing the right thing. The attitude I am putting into something is affecting people. You are certain that everything that when I do this same, when I do this thing this way, when people follow the same thing, they will get a better positive result. So you can have a bad attitude or a bad behavior, and then you expect that people should live in a good way. Because if you have people following you, because if you say you don't have anybody following you, how about your immediate family? How about the people, whether consciously or unconsciously, you have people that are looking up to you somehow, all right? That's why, sometimes I look at the lifestyle of some of the musicians, like when they sing, some kind of songs, like they have followers. They are forced on their own. The personal behavior. There's one great guy out there now, they call him Zazu. I watch this guy so much that he called himself a madman of musician. I mean, he's making money. I don't have anything against him. But can you imagine this guy who just pull up everything on the stage and then up to his underwear, and he will start dancing, and people still appreciate him for what he's doing? And I'm like, what's going on, guys? I don't want my kids to see this. This is insane. I know it's entertaining people, but at the same time, that behavior, because what he's doing is affecting other persons. Some persons are going to pick up the same, attitude, and they're going to be dancing like madman on the streets, and you just see them putting on their underwears and doing the same thing. So it's very important, for us to become more valuable in that marketplace. Our personal behavior is very key. How do we affect people? How we affect people matters a lot. You have to look at it that, am I affecting people positively or negatively? Now, the other one I want to talk about here is, the way I call language, right? The way what kind of language? How do you communicate? How do you communicate to the people? Now, you're starting up a business, for example, now, if they say, for example, you want to do business in Nigeria, what are you supposed to do? Excuse me. They study the Nigerian way, study the Nigerian market. It's very simple. It's very simple. The language, how do they communicate? What's the best way I need to communicate to people in Nigeria? What will I say if I go to the East? How will I be able to talk to the people in the Eastern region? How will I be able to push my business in the northern part of Nigeria? How will I be able to, sell my products and services? How will I be able to relate with the people? So language, the power of language is very, very powerful, guys. So we need to also look at the part of language. Language is very key. For me here in the South, I know what to say to my brothers and sisters in the South, in order for me to get into the kind of market that I want to get into. For example, I want to talk to somebody that I know that, is from Yoruba, because I'm a Yoruba person in Nigeria. If I talk business, I will talking all the, big grammar, the English, that there's going to be some point whereby I could just stylishly just put in, let's just say the Yoruba language, to just get him spiced up. I'm like, in fact, most people look at me and say, man, are you even Yoruba guy? I've heard that a lot. They'll look at me, are you a Yoruba person? Until I start speaking the language, that's when, oh man, truly, but you don't look it. So language is very powerful. Language is very key. So that's why I tell most people, I say, the bad language affects and the good language does, it doesn't affect, all right? So affect people, your language, the way you talk. Les Brown said, once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. So in language communication, how you penetrate with people, how you penetrate people with what you say. You better watch the way you say your language. You can be talking shit, and then you go to the same business area where you do business and then still imbibe the same way you speak to people. It doesn't make sense. If there's a certain respect you need to accord to people, some person just because I know you before doesn't make you talk to me like you've always known me like that. All right. So you want to do business with me, if there's a certain way you want to communicate or get to me, put that, put that thing first. Don't think everything is like that because I want to do business with you. That makes me, because we have a certain relationship, communicate to that person based on the person's schedule. If you call me Afolabi, I know you're Afolabi, but you want to penetrate and say, oh man, Dr. Afolabi, there's a way you get my attention to that, right? There's a way you get my attention to that. So you can imagine how you get people. I want to talk to Coach Dan, for example. I can call him, hey, Dan, because when I call Coach Dan, I get his attention. Does it make sense? I get his attention and he's going to look at me and say, okay, all right, pop it up, So there's a way we need to affect people. So when we go into this marketplace and we want to affect person, we don't have to. We need to watch the way we talk. We need to watch the way we, communicate people. We need to know the kind of what we say when we are really dealing with, people, whether, in the business world, and then after the business, there's a way you communicate people, all right? So it's very, very key. Now, the other one I want to talk about this morning is habits. Guys, it's often used to say that, successful people are people that have good habits. Is it true? Now, if it is true, then how about you also trying to imbibe and, have a good habit? There's a definition of habit, which I put up a few years ago, that habit is a conditioned response to stimuli. It means that you can't hide a good habit. If you have a good habit, it's going to be part of you. So even if you don't have good one, then try to have a good habit. For example, right now we're talking about successful persons. have to have a good habit in order for you to become more valuable in the marketplace. You can't have a bad habit and then you want a good result, thing to come to you. No, it's not going to happen. I mean, not on this planet called health, ladies and gentlemen. So start to imbibe good habits. Good habits can come from, you doing good. Knowing that what I'm doing is wrong. I mean, when you see that people complain about the way you do things, maybe habits can be a conditioned response to stimuli, something that is already becoming part of you, and unconsciously or consciously, you don't know. But when people say one or two things and you say, you need to watch yourself. You can't know it all right? You can't know it all. I mean, I've learned something about myself, like, and I'll tell you guys this, maybe this is just personal, right? At some point in my life, I don't know how to keep relationship. And I'm being honest here. I would just be like, hey man, if my wife had to call me, and you see, that's why you need somebody to put you straight when you don't know. You never know that you're affecting people. Can I tell you something? This has been part of me way back when I was in the military. I don't even call my parents often. I'm telling you, it's so bad that, I just believe everybody's fine. My parents will call me and say, man, we just call you. I don't call you months. I don't call my siblings. I just feel like everybody's good, man. And they call me, they check on me, they care for me. But I care for them, but I am believing in my mind that they are fine. Yes, they are fine, but how about the phone call? Hello, mom. Hello, dad. How are you doing? I like all these things. But because of the help of my wife, I was able to listen. I started getting better. And that affects my business life too. You see, and I told myself, one of my affirmations, I'll tell you straight up, is that, please, I want to really be able to get better at keeping relationship. So this is, this is my own path. I know it's something that is not good. So I started working on it and I'm getting better. So what are the habits? So let's start looking at these habits that we have, cultivate, way back, and, and it's part of us. It takes somebody to help you identify these things, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The other one I want to talk about here, just to wrap up our class this morning, is punctuality. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be punctual. You got to be punctual in the market. The marketplace doesn't give room for lazy and lateness. You have to be punctual. And punctuality means timing. Yeah, timing. Marketplace doesn't say that you will be late. To be ahead of other people in the marketplace, you got to be punctual. Punctuality, in a nutshell, means that you got to get there first before other persons. How can you say you want to do business, or you have a business appointment, and you are keeping late in the name of African time? All right. Somebody will say, man, you're talking to me. Yeah, African time has really ruined a lot. Be punctual, ladies and gentlemen. It shows that you are truly serious about your business or about your life. You're going for a late night date or a dinner with your wife or your girlfriend. I mean, get on time, guys. Schedule the time ahead of others. You can't just sit down and say, you know what, time will come, you just get on time. Be there ahead of others. Successful people are known to be people that wakes up earlier before others. If you see them, they have appointment, they keep to time, guys. Successful people keep to time. They're going to do things extra hour before other persons. They wake up early in the morning and they even close late. They're not going to be the one to say, I want to be in that office. They even close late, like an hour later than others. Why do you think they love? Because they know what they're putting in. So punctuality is a whole lot that we need to be, to start with. You see, guys, these 4 that I gave you today, if you put it to work, it's going to really help you to get you together and make you become more valuable in the marketplace. You know, talking about the marketplace, marketplace can be that's your work. Marketplace can even be you helping your organization to make more sales. Marketplace can be in your business environment. You have to look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we started today talking about personal behavior, your language, your habit, punctuality is very key. There are 4 dominant keys to helping you become more valuable in the marketplace. All right, guys, I hope you get the message loud and clear this morning. And I hope you got value for being on this program this beautiful morning. Remember, what we do here runs from Monday up till about Friday. And that timing is 9 a.m. West African time. Yeah, in this mentorship class, mindset mentorship class, we educate, equip, and enrich you with all the necessary resources and information that will empower you mentally to live the very best of your life, not only in 2022 and every other year. So we encourage you to be part of this regular class every single day, 9 a.m. West African time, and learn something that will be of value to you and eventually make you more valuable in the marketplace. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your regular host, Dr. Afolabi Olatunji. We encourage you to like, subscribe, and share our YouTube page because this video will be made available. In fact, you can pull up a comment on how or the things you have learned from this video every day. We will appreciate that, and then share it with somebody and let them also watch and put their comment on how this message is affecting them mentally. All right, guys, that is where we draw it to curtain today. So we'll see you same time, same link tomorrow on this same class, Wealthsecrets Mindset Mentorship class. All right, thank you. And let me quickly